All right, everyone. Today on the final hour,
Oh, I got to turn that
Today
echo
on the
off.
final hour, everyone.
Oh, I got to turn that.
Oh my god, I am such a dumbass at times. Every day I have a technical difficulty. Every time, because I had my stuff up on a second screen, and I heard that going through and echoing. I'm like, sorry everyone for that. But anyway, let's start over. All right, everyone. Today on the final hour, I have InkedAlpha that is eating some pizza or some food. Num 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 num. By the way, first off, before we start, what is that?
Thank you for the titties.
Wait, what did it do? Oh, god damn it. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Talk again. What was that? What is that thing?
It's bread stuffed. Wait, no, it's cheese stuffed in bread sticks.
Nice.
The cheese bread.
Cheese stuffed in bread. Yes.
Yes.
And thank you for those 2 gay titties links. Hell yeah. And thank you for that host also. Now, everyone, remember, you could ask questions as we go. If I don't get to them, I'll try to get to them, but just repeat yourself and I might get to them. All right, first things first. Any question I say that bothers you, irritates you, triggers you, or you just really don't want to talk about, you don't have to talk about it. This is just like a chill time having fun, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So, now the next one is, who is InkedAlpha outside of like content creation and how everyone knows you as daddy?
So, I mean, honestly, outside of doing, creative stuff, TikTok stuff, all the other jazz, I work as a security officer, and I easily get bored of that stuff. If I'm not doing TikTok, I'm mainly just, writing. I'm reading or drawing or something like that. I'm very more of a chill person. I try to stay as active as I can. By active, I mean like doing something, whether it's doing something around the house or doing something outside or something like that. I can never like just sit down in one place and just,
I know what you're saying. Like, sit down in one place where you're sitting there. You're like, okay, I'm doing this. I can't just sit down and close my eyes and relax and listen to something. You got to be like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I want to draw. I want to do this. I want to write. I want to do this. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I know that. It's a kind of a condition that like just is great, but yet is annoying as hell when you just want to relax.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they tell me like, why don't you go and relax? Like, just take a nap or something like that. And I'm just like, no, you don't understand. It is so hard for me to do so. Like, even my husband knows that.
It's one of those things where like you only take a nap when you're literally at that point of like you're looking at your phone or doing something. You're going, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, I totally like. And a lot of people don't understand it. It's the drive of being a content creator, of like finding something you truly love and want to keep doing, on top of just being like, I just need to keep doing stuff. But man, what got you into TikTok in the first place, actually?
My bad.
Are you good? You good?
Yeah. So honestly, there's 2 reasons. When I follow this artist on Instagram, and I see her post videos that she has on TikTok regarding of like her digital art pieces. She puts them on Instagram a whole lot, and I was just like, man, I like how she shows off her art pieces to other social media platforms. So I figured, I could do the same as well. So I tried doing that, and if you go like way down, deep down into my account, you'll see like 2 digital art pieces that I did, and they didn't get a lot of views at that point. And I kind of just like was like, okay, so I stopped using TikTok for a little bit, and then it wasn't up until I saw one of Camilla Severin's videos that inspired me to get into cosplay, because before I used to do a special effects makeup for a scare attraction, and I guess you can say that was sort of like cosplay, but it really wasn't as much or something like that. So I got back into the whole special effects makeup. I brought it into play, and that's when I started seeing, a whole lot of views for that. So I was just like, oh, well, let me, continue on with that. And I didn't realize that I was gonna, get so big into it up until now. And then a second thing that played into me getting onto TikTok was the pandemic. Once the pandemic started, that's when I started, to get really bored. I tried to figure out, what other things that I can do other than just studying, because before TikTok, I was pretty much a bland person that was going to a police academy, and all I did was study. And at that time, it was a little stressful, and I was just like, well, let me do something that, takes out like my creativity. So then that's when TikTok came to play as well.
Gotcha. And if you hear me randomly say words, it's not because I have Tourette's. It's because I got redeemed to my channel. Someone redeemed the llama one. But yeah, I always forget to say that to people because they'll be like, what the? Wait, what? Why did you just say that? Like, don't worry about it. Just go with it.
No, it's all good.
Now, that's awesome because like I saw your toon artwork of the mini reveal of Agmos. I think I said that right? Agmos. Sorry about that. And
it's all good.
I was like, okay, I want to commission you now because that's the art style I've been looking for. Mm-hmm. But you're busy freaking doing all these things, and it's like I understand. It's like, yeah, I can't do that right now. And you at least you understand you have limitations. Limitations?
Oh God.
Yeah, English, what's that? And then
it's English.
I know, right? But so you started doing cosplay makeup, and I would have to say you're by far one of the best on the app. Like, it's so detailed, and every time you nail it. There's no like indifference. Like, it's like maybe subtle differences of like maybe shading or like one little thing off. It's like you really would have to take a microscope with how detailed you are. How did you get so good at doing that detail work on makeup?
For the makeup, I kind of have to thank an old friend of mine that not only was a supervisor to me, but was also a good friend through tough times in the past. And I kind of, the way how he acts, I kind of like got that inspiration for Agmos in the first place. So hold on, let me swallow that. Okay. I know that sounded weird, but anyhow.
That's like the sound I made. Something should have been left in drafts. Punch.
Yes,
Something should have been swallowed.
But yeah, so he, at first, I did not know anything about makeup. I like nothing. So when I first started at the scare attraction that I worked, alongside with him, he was the one that was best at skull makeup. He did his skull makeup and it was the bomb. And I was just like, dude, you have to show me how to do that. Like, I know that the whole skull thing is your thing. Like, he was the actual Agmos, honestly. He, like, nobody else didn't want to do the skull makeup because that was his thing. So we just, like, left that for him. But I was just like, can you at least show me, like, your technique, like how you do the shading and all this other stuff? So he's like, yeah, I'm down for that. So he showed me how to do it. And throughout, the time that I worked there, it got like, super dead on certain days. And I wanted to like practice my makeup. So I started doing like the skull makeup here and there. And I got a little better at it. So throughout the time that I've been on TikTok, I kind of, started off as like, with the basic skull makeup. And then throughout the time, I kind of just started to experiment on like different brushes, different makeups, see if I can get like a better shading into it, better detail. I even looked up references for like, actual skulls. And I honestly like how Agmos came out this time he's more like, because before, if y'all ever seen like my previous videos of Agmos, when he had his hair up in a ponytail, he looked more feminine looking, and I didn't want that. I was like, no, he's like, I picture him as like this really tall, beefy, like, skull demon dude that's like super masculine, and I was just like, I don't want him to look feminine. So I had to change, the whole detail, the shading, and now I'm so content with, the way how he is now. He's more masculine, and I'm just like, yes, this is great. This is great. So I honestly have to thank my friend back at the Scare Attraction that for helping me out on learning the techniques.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And real quick, thank you, Crazy Blue Eyes, for that gifted sub, and thank you, Unicorn Poop. I love that name. I love that name. Yes, thank you for that Prime sub. And wow, so someone else taught you all your techniques, and let me guess, you were an artist beforehand. So how long have you been drawing, and what is your favorite technique?
Believe it or not, I started drawing at the age of 12. The way how I began, me and an old friend of mine back in high school, we had like a slumber party at my house, and we got bored after watching a scary movie. So we went to my room, and we're just like, hey, let's draw something. Because I saw like this one comic, and I really liked how the characters looked. I liked the style. So I was just like, hey, let's draw. So she drew her characters, and I started drawing mine. And she started to tell me like, wow, that's really, really good. Like, you should make a comic of your own. So I was like, oh, okay. So at the time, like, I didn't know anything about art. I didn't know anything about comics and all this stuff. So I just made my own thing. And every day, 24/7, I drew all the time. I have like so many pictures. I even have some, left at my parents' place. And I would get a lot of compliments back in middle school, back in high school. Everybody was just like, wow, you're so talented. And I never went to art school. I never went to art class. I never looked at videos or anything whatsoever. I just, it just happened. And, here and there, I started to kind of try and change up my style until finally now, I got so into my own technique, my own style, that I was just like, okay, let me stick to where I'm at right now, because this is actually my thing. Because before, I've had compliments from other artists saying like, hey, that kind of looks like, this style of blah blah blah, and I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't want that. I didn't want to mimic someone else's style, so I was just like, let me make my own style in some way. So I still get compliments here and there that's my style kind of sort of mimics Disney-ish, but it has a twist to it. I don't know how to say it. It's more me. Yeah.
If you're talking about the one you just like did on, because that's the only artwork I've done, maybe besides the ones, but if you did those behind your head, is the one that you put on TikTok, the most recent one. That art style kind of reminds me of the cell shaded / this animated series called Whack Fu. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen a bit of Whack Fu, yeah.
Yes, that first season was so dark. It was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that. Now I can kind of sort of see it now.
Yeah, there's a comparison there. Yet you have your own style to it, but like there's a comparison there. But you are pretty unique because you don't see that style too often, and that's awesome. Yeah. Now, what is your go-to food to eat when you're just randomly hungry?
When I'm randomly hungry,
that you could also eat all the time, where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna have this, and it could, yes,
literally all the time. I go to Sonic. If anybody doesn't know what Sonic is, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Sonic Drive-In, but it's a burger joint, and I freaking love it.
Yeah, their fries they have the little fries, right?
They have tater tots. They're mostly popular for their tater tots and their signature cherry limeade and ocean water drinks. and they're so good.
Nice.
Me talking about it right now makes me want one.
I used to have one when I delivered to UPS out in on my one route I did. They would see me coming, get my meal ready. I would deliver their packages. They would give me the food, and I would keep going. It was great. I didn't even have to pay for it. I would just keep going.
Oh gosh,
it was awesome every day. I was just like, I'm not complaining. It was great. Now, so you got into art. You do makeup. You got into TikTok because you saw a celebrity. You're like, I might as well just do it too. Now, you were talking about shadow banning, and right now, shadow banning is like either actual shadow banning or it's just too much content on TikTok to push out, or the algorithm just does not make any sense now. What do you truly think it is, in your personal opinion, that is wrong with TikTok and the situation how people's videos are not getting viewed?
In all honesty, I think what the big reason regarding of, and it's not just the cosplay community, it's every other community, especially for verified accounts on there. The reason we got like this whole shadow banning thing where a lot of viewers, that follow us weren't watching our videos and our videos weren't getting in the FYP in the first place is because of the elections. Not only that, I follow someone that is a plus size enthusiast, and she did explain that a lot of communities like what's it called? The Hispanic community, Asian community, black community, all of what you can think of. For the month of October, we were only supposed to have 2 days of blackout day. One was for the Black community, and the other one was for Native Americans. It was official. It was meant to be that way. Even TikTok, left it as it was, and even posted saying like, hey, these are gonna be the 2 days that we're gonna have a blackout. So everybody understood that. However, once that began, I think after the blackout day for Native Americans, that's when the Hispanic community came to play. They started to say, well, we would like, a blackout day too. So they made their own thing, and it went viral. Everybody started to do that. So we had a third day. Then another community came up, 2 more came up, and we ended up having 5 days in 1 month of nothing but blackout. And if for those that don't know what blackout day means, it means that a lot of accounts on TikTok, on any other social media platform, stays quiet. They don't post anything whatsoever. Any of their videos.
Yeah, they literally just shut down. They just shut down and just say they literally take a vacation from everything, because that's kind of what Vine or the people on Vines did to be able to get rights on Vines, so they can like get like something, because they're bringing all this revenue to Vines, and they literally just stopped posting. To prove a point, and Vines went under because of that.
Yeah, so that when I started to kind of what's it called? Pinpoint on that, I kind of was just like, okay, that kind of makes sense as to why there weren't a lot of people, getting on TikTok. And she even specified in her videos before, like, hey, there's, I wouldn't recommend doing this because there's a lot of creators on TikTok that are getting paid to create. So without any viewers, they're losing a lot of money. It was the same thing for YouTube. It was the same thing for Twitter, all of this other stuff. So I finally figured out that it wasn't just TikTok. It was, other social media platforms. I saw the same thing happen on Instagram, and it was just crazy. So there was that. And then there was also the elections. We know how it is. It's crazy how, our nation is just separate, like this. It's just really ridiculous. And everybody was just really at the edge of their seats for election day, even afterwards. So I feel like those 2 major issues were the reason as to why we all got shadow banned in the first place. There was some articles saying like, oh, the algorithm changed and all that stuff. I'm like, no, it's not really the algorithm. I don't think it is.
No.
It's, it has to do with this thing going on. And then a lot of people were telling me, well, if it's elections, if it's, these blackout days, then why is it happening around the world and all that stuff? I'm like, well, because for elections, people from Canada, people from the UK, they even told me before in one of my lives that they were just like, they're on the edge of their seats trying to figure out, who's going to be the next president in the US.
Yeah, they're watching. Like, another thing is like, I think contributes to this whole situation is the fact that it was election. There's not enough consumers on the app as much as there are creators now. There's a lot more creators posting stuff. I remember when me and Blood Vixen just started, we didn't see too many creators. There were some that were like a lower follower count, but it wasn't as massive as it is now. Like most of all my followers are mostly OC creators, and I guarantee that's like all across the board. Like everyone jumped on the ship, and now there's not enough people to consume all the hours on there. And there's no way for the FYP or for you to actually get your videos out there to the proper audience. That's another thing. The findability is random. It's literally a lottery now, in my opinion. But yeah, everything you said makes a lot of sense too. That people weren't on the app and other stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. It's crazy. Now, did you have anything to add on to that?
I think also, if anything, might be like the use of tags. I didn't realize it up until later, and I thought it was really ridiculous. But it is what it is. Depending on how you started off and depending on what videos before received a whole lot of views. Like, for example, I used a lot of the hashtag Agmos. That's alone already has, I think, almost close to billions of viewers.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you. It's so crazy too. So with that, TikTok is already like, saying like, oh, okay, so that's a very popular tag that the creator herself uses. We're going to keep it that way. And that's going to be the key for her to get all of her videos on FYP. I didn't know that. So during the whole the big, huge shadow ban thing, I was posting up videos of Biddy in her Omega level style. And I thought like, I put so much effort into that makeup, especially, the sock puppet show video, and I thought that was gonna, get big, but it hardly got any views for a good week, and I was like wondering what is going on. I used the Biddy hashtag, I used the For You page, all these other hashtags that I figured would at least be popular enough to get my videos on the FYP, but that didn't work at all.
It's so random.
It wasn't until later on, I think when I posted a new video of Agmos, I used his hashtag, and that's when it instantly got on the FYP. Like the moment that I posted it, it got on people's FYPs like so quickly, and I was just like, well, what's the reason? It's because of that hashtag. So I keep telling everybody, especially on my Discord server, like, hey, try to find a very, very popular hashtag that you've been using, especially from your recent videos, and just use it on your future ones and see if that can help. Because even with videos that I post that doesn't have Agmos to begin with, or it doesn't involve him, I noticed that it works. Like those videos will get on the FYP. So
yeah, I've been using like the final hour more often. I've been using TikTok couple official when me and Blood do videos together. I've been using FinalHarps more just because like I don't see why not. And I've watched other guides and I've realized that these people have no clue what they're doing. Yeah, the algorithm changes like this every month, and I'll tell you how to get on the For You page. Like, no, unless you're going to conform literally to trends,
Mhm.
every time it's hot is the only time you're going to hit the FYP. Like, I mean, like easily blow up on there. But if like you're anything like me, you are an original creator. You don't care about trends unless they catch your eye. You're like, okay, that's funny. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we don't conform unless like it is us. Like that
Mhm.
no sound. I thought that was hilarious. I caught that
Yeah.
sound where it was just released and I was at the 12-hour mark when I found it. I showed Hostile Bond, and he actually used it. I'm like, I'm glad he did. I showed someone else, they used it, and I used it for some random video I had, and it actually did good compared to my other videos. I'm like, how does that make sense? But then it is a trend.
Mhm.
I hate it. I really do. Now, we could talk about this for freaking hours, but we will never actually discover the answers, just little things that we discover that might work. And that's a good one, actually making your own hashtag and just using it consistently, because
Mhm.
your fans who follow you, who like your videos, will see it easier because you're using the same hashtags on your videos.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Wow. You just made me realize, like, doing some things, how it just conforms together. Hell yeah. Let's go.
It's just weird.
It is.
This app has got to be the most weirdest thing that I've ever worked for, honestly. I didn't like.
Right?
It's just weird. It's
Like,
a carrot.
like okay, like YouTube's really easy. Like, you make a video, you put tags, titles, and descriptions, and your findability will be a lot easier. So like if someone's searching Inked and doesn't know your full name and then types Agmos, they'll find you like that if you do tags, titles, and description correctly.
Mhm.
And like for your videos on YouTube, you should always have all your OCs, your name, and then it might pop up. It's a very interesting thing, and that's findability. You don't have that on TikTok unless you do your own hashtag. Huh.
Mhm.
Interesting. I like
Yeah.
this. So, you started a YouTube channel. I remember popping your live discussing we should do this interview with one of your OCs as the persona as one of your OCs. And you weren't sure about it. I said, it's your interview, your choice. I've been itching to interview another OC. But you actually made a YouTube channel. What actually
Yes.
gave you the idea to do a YouTube channel?
To be honest, I have to thank my fans for that, because a lot of people kept requesting a tutorial video of how to do Agmos' makeup, because the majority of my fans, they have kids, and their kids tend to watch like the SFW versions of my videos, and they favor Agmos a lot, and they're like, hey, I want to be Agmos for Halloween or something like that. And I would get a lot of people asking me like, hey, have you made a tutorial video of Agmos? My kid wants to be him for Halloween, but we don't know how to do the makeup. Or I would get just, random people just asking in general, do you have a tutorial video? I'm just like, no, unfortunately I don't, but it'd be a really great idea. And I also got some tips from a cousin of mine that has a YouTube channel of his as well. And I asked him for some kind of tips, and he's like, you know what, why don't you just, try out a YouTube channel and put your tutorials on there and see, how it goes. So I was like, okay. So at first I didn't really know how to make videos on YouTube to begin with, but I finally was able to get that set up, and I was like, well, let's see how it goes. So I posted the Agmos tutorial video, and that went up like crazy, and I was just like, wow. So I was like, well, let me do another one. So I did one of Swindle. I still need to do one for Biddy and for Akil, and then even afterwards, I got a little more into narrations for horror stories, for creepypastas and all that stuff. And then later on, that's when I started to hear a famous corpse husband. And I was like, man, it'd be really nice to do some narrations as well. And I was like, I got a little nervous because, you mostly hear mainly males doing these narrations for scary stories. You hardly ever hear any females. And I was just like, man, that's kind of nerve-wracking, but let me see what I can do on that. And I posted one, and what kind of sucked about it was that I did it during the big, huge shadow ban during, like, you know, the election week, so it didn't really get that much views, but slowly, little by little, it is getting it. And I did get a lot of people telling me, you know, hey, you should do more, you should do this story, you should do that one. And I was just like, yeah, let me do that too. So I was really nervous on making that YouTube channel to begin with. I didn't think that I was going to get that many subscribers, but there's that.
Well, you got more subscribers than me in a faster amount of time. It took me I'm going over a year and a half, and I'm not even at. I just hit 12K. Well, I mean, I meant 1,200. Yeah, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no way, no. But the thing is, you have the subscribers, and you know people. You got all your fans, which are in chat that I have been neglecting because we have been in deep conversation. But everyone here, thank you for coming, actually, and showing some support and asking some good questions I have not been able to get to, because you are so thorough with everything, and I love that. When someone goes into detail and it's like, this is why, and this, and on top of this, it's like, I love it. And with your YouTube channel, like, thank you for those titties, Crazy Blue. You're freaking awesome for that. And yeah, your videos kind of blow up on here. Like, if you do a proper like tags, they'll probably be pushed out a little bit more. I don't even know if you have them, because I'm glancing at it right now. And that's what I do. I do YouTube mostly. I know how to like get things pushed out, like clickbaity titles, an image that's where it's like, oh, what's that? And that's what it is. What YouTube is about. It's not like TikTok where you post and hope. Like this one, you got to have it where you're advertising everything. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, exactly. And I'm glad you made it, because when you say you're going to start doing other projects on, I'm like, yes, that's what you're supposed to do as a creator. Like, if you want to make this a career in some way, you got to keep trying stuff, doing stuff. Like, you watch Markiplier, you see he doesn't do the same thing. Yeah. He does play games, but man, he does some random, like, what the? Like,
he does some really weird shit, honestly.
Strip poker? Like, wait, if PewDiePie smacks you, wait, you got pepper sprayed? What?
Videos, and it's just hilarious. Oh my God, dude.
Okay, Tifkree has a question. Do you know Tifkree?
I think so.
Okay, if you don't know her, you gotta learn who she is. She's really awesome. She's a great supporter of everyone. But she always gives me good questions on here. And it's actually Frost had this question, but she's keeping up for me. What kind of character would you like to make that you haven't done yet on your TikTok?
On my TikTok, there's one in particular that I wanted to do, and he's actually gonna be in the story later on. He's pretty much like a villain, I guess you'd say a villain. But the only reason why I haven't made a makeup of his or anything like that is because the way how I
Llama!
See him, it's more complicated, to bring him up, honestly. Like, I can't mimic his makeup. I can't mimic, anything of it. It's just, it's something that I really can't do. And I was like, you know what, let me not cosplay as him, and let me just post him in the comic. So that way everybody can see, like, there's a reason why I don't, cosplay him in the first place. I have yet to give him a name, but he is I guess you can say he's also a personal demon of mine, but it's a type where I kind of just like, I felt uncomfortable with, and I kind of just like pushed aside, and he feels betrayed or something like that. So he's like against Window, he's against Agmos and all this other stuff. So I'm not going to get into full detail of it, because that's just me. Like,
yeah, you haven't released everything yet. You're like, hold on, I got all these ideas, but let me roll back a little bit, just a little. And plus, also, there has to be something you got to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So, like, as creators, you're always thinking about the next step, the next thing, and yeah, like that's That's awesome. And sorry for the random like stuff I just did. You were like, what
No,
the? I
it's
saw
all
the
good.
face. Like, wait,
I was
what?
I was like, wait, huh? That's all
Now,
good.
this is what I was saying about TikTok earlier. Then we got talking about the algorithm and go into that deep thing. What
Mhm.
is something you would fix about TikTok? And what is something you would remove? And then what is something you would like to add? And that's from Tiff Cree.
Oof. To fix, literally, just the age of, you know, whoever
button?
is joining the account. I mean, joining the app, because it's just crazy of how many children follow me and follow other creators, and they're super young. The youngest that I've seen was like 5 years old, and I was like, how the hell is this 5-year-old child using an account and their parents don't even know about it? I just like it's just really crazy. And the guidelines itself, they say like, you know, we have someone monitoring and all this stuff. I'm like, well, whoever's monitoring is terrible and you should fire them, because like
Right?
like these minors, they literally post, you know, their faces and doing some weird stuff, especially like adult trends. And I'm just like, how do these moderators on TikTok not see these videos? Like, how did they not? It terrifies me because and I can't blame the kids. I have to blame the parents, because they're not monitoring their children when it comes to this app.
Now, would you
But,
say that frustrates you the most about TikTok, or is there something else?
It does. It does, honestly, because what's it called? You don't know a whole lot about these people on TikTok. You don't know who's coming in. You know, the majority of people, you know, there could be some that are pedophiles, and
Yes.
you won't even know.
I mean,
And
like
they're just watching these kids.
Like that one guy with that started with the C. I'm not even going to say his name because he doesn't even earn that right. A while back, when there was a whole issue with the bigger creators, like that was messed up, and it's just that's true. It's like you can't. A lot of parents aren't watching. Like my son wanted TikTok, but now he's just like no, because he sees how much work it takes to make TikToks.
It takes a while.
It takes a lot.
Honestly,
You're like staggering right there. Like, yes. That leads me into the next question that someone had. How long does it take you to get into like your OC? Like, what is the one that takes the longest?
The longest ever would have to be a kill. It's why I rarely do hers. I would have to, you know, do it for like a special occasion or something. But it's the reason why hers takes a little bit longer than the rest is due to her makeup being special effects. By that, it means I use sculpting wax mode or something like that for my face. I also have to use liquid latex. That takes a while. Sometimes like I have to fix things, and you know, I have to do it over again. I have to make the makeup, you know, precise. There's just so many things to do for that character, and then I also have to, you know, put in her attire, and it's just like it takes a while.
Yes.
A lot of people before thought that it was Agmos. I'm like, no. Like Agmos may be, you know, pretty tough to, you know, put on body wise, but his makeup, you know, his clothing is like easy, but Akio is just the most trickiest, which is why I don't post a lot of her.
Well, it makes sense because you're putting a lot of time into like making the molds and making everything for that one shoot. While like the makeup, you're already an artist, and you see and know exactly your muscle memory on how to do it. Like you know exactly, you could see, and that's where like I could see that being quick. Like as I started doing my own makeup, even though it's just like basic, it started to get faster and faster. Then I started seeing like, okay, let me fine tune this, make this look sharper. And it's like, wow, and it's just a natural skill. And then you master everything just for that one OC. Then when you go do another OC, you're like, wait, this is not this shit. No. Why did I put something here? It does not go here erased.
Yeah.
What frustrated this is another one that I actually the first about TikTok. Now what frustrates you the most about making TikToks?
About making TikToks, let me see. The fact that the videos that you work so hard on, like hours, you edit it, you put in effects, you do all this other stuff, and you just like for a fact that you're like hoping that it's gonna get a lot of views, and when you post it, it doesn't. But when you post a very basic video, like I could just be in front of like the screen playing as Agmos, and I say like a 15-second video, and that goes viral, and I'm just like,
I got one for you.
What?
Mind you, I haven't been creating a lot of OC content, and I don't do stuff without my wife because it's one of those where it's just, I like doing the stuff with my wife. I should start doing some solo content here and there, but just with this, Twitch, my work 6 days a week, usually 10 hours a day, it's really hard to keep up with just even this. But as I was saying, like, I started posting highlight clips so people could see I do interviews, and then those aren't doing good. I used to get like 6 to 10K views per video on average. Then a good video was 150K. Now, like, I barely get 1,000, whatever. I posted this video. I had Wolf of the Void from out of town coming in. He was going to his girlfriend's house in Pittsburgh, and I'm in Chicago, so it was kind of in the middle. We're sitting down, and I'm watching Shroud. He's one of the top streamers on Twitch, and he has like 100,000 subs in 1 month, right? And I don't even know how. I watch it, and he's so boring, so bland, and I'm just like, why? But at the same point, he has his standard is whatever. He goes, his girlfriend's holding a cup, and mind you, she's wearing sweats so tight you could see front and back on the pants. And I'm just like, come on now. She's grabbing a cup and like going like this with it, and he looks over. Oh, they're tight. They're very tight. She walks away. Then he turns his head full right, checks out her ass, realizes he's streaming, and then goes back to the game.
Oh God!
I clipped that, put it on TikTok, and tell me why every other video I can only get like 600 to 1,000 views. This one got 28,000 in 12 hours. It stopped, but still, what? Yeah,
it makes no sense.
It's ridiculous. And now I didn't catch it. So like that, I feel you on the whole posting stuff and just like the stupidest things blow up.
Yeah, it honestly. And it's so stupid, and I wish that I could delete that video because of so much trouble it's given me. But I can't because that's what got me, hitting the 3-point-something million likes in the first place. But there's this one video. It was I call it the shower spank video or something like that. But it's just me like holding my phone. And I'm just like, lip syncing, oh, my boyfriend's in the shower, but I miss him. So I go and I just like, I'm pretending to like open up the shower curtain, and I'm just like, damn, nice ass. And all you hear is just like the fuck and that bam. And I was like, okay, like that's funny. At first when I made it, I thought that was funny. I did not realize that it was gonna go that viral. I think at this point it's almost at 5 million views, and it's at like 500,000 likes and God knows how many comments. And it was so hilarious. And I had to, I don't know how many claims I put saying like, hey guys, this is not my audio. Stop telling me what I already know. Because I would get a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's not your audio. That's not your
that's
audio.
one of those where I just.
Oh, you should put credit. You should give credit to this person." I'm like, do you not know what app you're in? You're on TikTok.
I saw your video that you responded that. I think you responded to that one, right? People saying that about audio. Yeah, I did see that. So yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it's the bottom right hand corner. Like, what? Like. If someone's using my audio, I just check the audio. Like, it's that simple. Like, okay, like, and I started making audios for just to goof off and for the hell of it. It's actually pretty fun. So,
but the fact,
the fact that like you get those comments, it's just like, are you kidding me? It's not as bad as how me and Blood had a video that went in total, because we dual post on 2 separate devices because we record on 2 phones. We did that bring you out to the back of the shed or something like that. Shoot you in the back of the head, right? That one hers got like 3.3 million. Mine got 990,000 before they pulled the sound. But it was all hate. Go kill yourself. This sucks. And that's where I actually got my comment or my comeback, where I made that sound clip of something should have stayed in drafts. Something should have been swallowed. That was my comeback. Because like, it was like, why? Like, why are you hating on this? Like, but obviously it's just, the hate. I can get past it. Blood takes things really to heart with those, because it's just, it's who she is.
I try to tell people, like, and I even had to tell myself throughout the time, because I was honestly getting those comments every single day. It got very annoying, but I had to constantly tell myself, like, you know, hey, this is 12-year-olds. Yes. They're nothing but 12-year-olds. They're not adults. I mean, I only had like maybe 3 adults telling me something really stupid, but other than that, it was mostly kids. And I'm just like, yeah, these kids, they don't know better. All I can do is just, you know, laugh about it, block them, delete their comment, move on. And I had to do that the entire time. And honestly, I was getting fed up with it, because I was just like, I don't want this video to have, you know, negative, you know, comments on it. So I spoke to my friend Mummy Dahlia about it, and she's like, well, why don't you just, you know, turn off the comments? And I was like, you know what? I totally forgot that was a thing. So I finally turned it off, and after that, I was like,
damn, yeah, that's
silence.
Right. And you actually are pretty good at keeping up with comments on TikTok. I noticed that. It was actually, when I talk to you, I'm used to like not getting like the runaround, because I've had a few people where, oh, let's set up an interview. I send the information, I don't get back to them. Text them again. So what's up? Nothing. Text them on other platforms. Nothing. You're like, hi. Shit. Because I remind you about the promo, and you're like, oh, I'll get one done, but you are feeling good. Okay, so promo? Oh, I'll get to it. Promo? Shit.
I know. I do apologize for that so much. Like, my mind just like goes somewhere else, and like, even my husband has to remind me, like, you know, hey, you know, you got this thing, and I'm just like, oh shit, wait, hold on.
No, but, you're good. Yeah. You're good. And like I said, I understand that. As like my remark back was, what's time? Because I understand that like we don't, as creators, you don't have much time, and it's like you do forget things. But it was just awesome that you were actually reciprocating back. There's been so many people where I'm just like, you're leaving me hanging, and you're like, what's going on? Like,
yeah, I told myself before, and I remember my grandmother telling me this when I started to slowly, you know, go up on TikTok. That's, you know, don't be, the last thing that I wanted to be was another, you know, popular person on a social media, to, you know, get big and not interact with their fans and all this other stuff, not, you know, responding or anything, because like a lot of fans, especially me before, when I didn't do TikTok, I would get upset whenever, you know, a creator that's, you know, is saying like, oh, they're a good influencer and all this other stuff, and they don't respond to anybody except for like their closest friends. It's just like, well, I don't want to be like that. I like, you know, I want to hear my fans' you know, ideas. I want to see their comments. I want to, you know, interact with them as much as possible. So I know with so many followers I'm receiving on a daily basis, and all these comments that I'm receiving, I try to get to as many as I can. I like, and if I can't respond, you know, with the comment, I'll just leave a like to just let them know, like, you know, hey, I saw your comments. I either like smiled at it, I either laughed at it, I either probably cried, but in a joyful manner or something like that. So yeah, I try
you do a good job on it compared to some other people I know that like don't even have a quarter of what you got. So and that's awesome. So yeah, that's really cool. Link's Death has a question. Okay, question. If you could get rid of something stupid, or get rid of something stupid TikTok, wait, hold on. If Lynx has a hard time typing and then getting his message across, so I got to analyze it a little bit. If you could get rid of something that's on TikTok that is just completely useless, stupid, or irrelevant, what would it be?
Straight TikTok. Straight TikTok. Literally teenagers that get their phone and they're just like, they're girls flipping their hair, just like that, or freaking guys bringing up their shirts, showing up their abs. It's like, that's not creative. TikTok is for creativity. It is not fucking Tinder.
If you
want to think like that, you need to go Tinder.
You were still going. I'm like, I'm gonna say like just like yeah. It's true though. Like, it's true. It's true. It isn't. It's like, oh my god. Like, I don't. Honestly, like, if they want to do that, they want to do that. But the fact of like we're stuck with seeing it randomly is like, come on.
Yeah, and I get it here and there on my FYP. Like I'm constantly not interested. I would get, my regular mutuals getting on the FYP, and I'm just like, constantly liking it, hoping that TikTok, continuously gives me nothing but cosplay content, all of this other stuff. But every once in a while, it would sneak in some straight TikTokers, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, okay, because there's been some TikTok accounts that you would think would be straight TikTok content, but they throw in like a twist, and I'm just like, whoa, yes, this is something that I'm looking forward to. Like, for example, there's one person, I forgot her name, but she's almost at 5 million. But what's it called? She's like this beautiful, like, Puerto Rican woman, and she looks like the type that would stick for the straight TikTok. But she would throw in like a twist where she does special effects makeup, and it's terrifying looking, but it looks great at the same time. And I'm just like, that is what I'm looking for. This is amazing. This is something that I want on my FYP.
Right.
So I tend to wait to watch these videos and hoping that I get like a trick like that. But no, I would see videos just of the teenagers doing nothing, and they're just smiling at the camera, and I'm just like, yeah, not interested. So TikTok does it to me every once in a while, and I'm just like, can you not do it? I know you know that I hate it. I know you just want to mess with me, but please don't.
Okay, there was one sound that if you used it, I straight up banned you immediately. And it was that coronavirus one from, what's her name? Coronavirus! I was just like, oh my god.
I hated that.
I literally, as soon as I heard it, ban or block, not interested. Why was that thing so popular? Jeez. It finally got off my For You page.
The original video was kind of funny at first, and then the more that I started to see, I was like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah, it turned into a trend that shouldn't have been a trend, because that sound is... Now, we're getting close to that hour mark. We might go over a little bit. You okay with that?
That's totally fine.
Hell yeah, let's go. So, with everything said, man, I've had such a good time so far, and I want to keep going. So, I gotta get some more questions going. I'm pretty sure Chad's been asking and chit-chatting all amongst each other. You got a good crew here. They're talking about some inside jokes I have no clue. Oh, what's the kitty name? Shadow. Question, would you say... Oh, here's a good one. What would you say is your most useful thing you use? Something you can't go without.
That I can't go without?
Yeah.
My phone, my contact lenses.
Really?
Yeah.
You go like different contacts every day outside, or is it like your seeing eyes?
No, it's like my seeing eyes.
Oh, okay. No, here's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That makes sense. Okay. What if it wasn't those two? What if it was something else?
If it wasn't those two, let me see. I would have to have like something for my sweet tooth, like a piece of candy or like some gum.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite snack?
A favorite snack? I would say sunflower seeds. If anything sweet wise, those blow pop lollipops, those really big ones with the the piece of gum on the inside. But I would go for those.
Nice, very nice. To continue watching this interview, click the video icon or the card on the top right-hand corner. See you there.